All right, people, what's popping? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is the Bad Boy Show. And so this is the first time we're doing this live on StreamYard. You feel what I'm saying? Through YouTube. And if you want to watch all of the Bad Boy Show episodes, make sure you guys go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario. That's patreon.com/Mr. Locario. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody getting it popping. And after we record this, it's going to go straight to Patreon, right? So we're going to take it down. It's going to go straight to Patreon. So we're doing this live. You can watch this live now. You know, shout out to everybody who's live now watching this and everything like that. But remember, this is going to go straight to Patreon right after we film this, okay? And so for those who have not seen any Bad Boy Show episodes, right? So the Bad Boy Show basically is us spitting some game, but we also do current events and all that other stuff. So we're going to get into some of that too. But before we get into all of that, we're going to get into the intro and then we're going to start getting this cracking, all right? So guys, this is the Bad Boy Show.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You are listening to the Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is the Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
All right, what up, 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 what up? What's going on, 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 people? You have tuned into the Bad Boy Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. Miles, what's going on, man?
Yo, what is going on, man? I hope everybody's having a good day. What's going on with you, Locario? Everything good, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I'm ready to spit this heavy game because today the game's going to be super heavy. You feel what I'm saying? And today we're talking about why guys are making excuses for not being able to get women, okay? Because, you know, behind the scenes, me and Miles was talking about all of the craziness about having women. You understand what I'm saying? So we at least want y'all to get to that point. You feel what I'm saying? We want y'all to get to the point where y'all are at least, you know, you have the good problems, which is, man, I got too many chicks I'm dealing with, and it's like, you know, it's this man. You understand? Instead of y'all talking about, well, I can't get girls, and it's crazy. We don't want that to be the issue. We want it to be where you guys are able to make that happen. You understand what I'm saying? So we want that to be a thing. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about, you know, why guys are making all these excuses. You understand what I'm saying? Because all it is excuses. So if you really want to make something happen, right, you got to make sure that you're on top of your game. So shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Remember, this is the Bad Boy Show. This is the one we're doing live, and we're going to put this straight on Patreon. So if you guys are not on Patreon, make sure you go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario, right, to join Patreon and to get that cracking. You know what I'm saying? But what we're going to do right now is we're going to take a quick break, right? We're going to take a real quick break. And when we come back, what we're going to do is we're going to get into some news, and then we're going to get into the topic, all right? So you guys are listening to The Bad Boy Show. You still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com.
What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham, and what I want to talk about today is the Bad Boy Membership Contest. All you have to do to be eligible to win the Bad Boy Membership Contest is to be a Bad Boy member. See, what we realize is that when guys join the Bad Boy membership, they make the transition from simp to player very quickly, and we're just trying to make that transition just a little bit easier. So here's what you get if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. So here's what you receive if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. A bottle of Bad Boy Cologne by Carolina Herrera, New York. A luxury designer timepiece. And a $100 gift card. To increase your chances of winning, share this post in your story, tag 3 friends, and subscribe to Mr. Lucario or the Miles Cunningham YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. And follow Real Mr. Lucario and Miles in the Game on Instagram. The winner will be announced at the first of the month. Good luck.
All right, we are back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show. And we got some shit happening in the news, people. We got to get to this news. The news is crazy. We got to get to this news, people.
Yes, let's get to the news.
Let's get to this news, people. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get to this news. So what's the first story we got up here? The first story. So the first story we're going to talk about is the thing that's been happening in the news lately with all of this Trump supporters, rioting or terrorizing, Washington, D.C. You feel what I'm saying? So everybody's been talking about this. It's been in the news. There's been a lot of memes about it. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people are shocked and appalled, and some people aren't. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of black people are like, look, if this was us, we'd be getting shot in the streets. You feel what I'm saying? But Miles, what's your take on all of this shit? You understand what I'm saying? What's been going on with this, man?
All right, so it's a lot of shit, right? Because Trump has been kind of egging these people on for a while because Trump is kind of salty that he didn't win the election,
right?
So he's fake news, fake votes, all of that shit he talking about, right? So he's trying to take it back, but it says here in the Washington Post, it says a day that began with thousands of President Trump supporters in Washington where demonstrations turned violent as many in attendance saw Wednesday as a last stand for Trump because Congress was set to confirm that President-elect Joe Biden won the election.
Right.
Trump, who lost the popular vote and electoral college vote, continues to dispute the election results without evidence and has encouraged his supporters to attend the rallies. He took the stage about noon to roaring crowds, falsely claiming he had won the election. Later at the U.S. Capitol, throngs of people. So basically, he had a rally early in the day, and then after he left,
right,
people pushed past police who were trying to block them from entering the building as lawmakers inside debated counting electoral college votes, confirming Biden's victory. A mob was able to breach the security and successfully enter the building, where one person was shot and later died, which is that it was a lady. She was actually a military chick too.
Right.
It's kind of messed up. But yeah, man, there was all over the social media. A lot of people had their cell phones recording what was going on, making it into the space. There was one dude that he took a picture of himself with his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Right.
Like it was a whole lot of shit. They showed you Secret Service trying to escort the senators and the Congress people, to safety, and they had their guns out. Like it was a lot of crazy shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Jokingly, early in the week, I had said, shout out to the Trump supporters because they doing what black people too afraid to do.
Right.
But that was more of a joke. Oh, it's true. It's true. It's true because they're doing what black people are afraid to do. But there's a reason why black people are afraid to do it. You understand?
Right. We'll get massacred.
Exactly, because you saw somebody got shot. One of their people got shot.
Right.
Now, if it was us, I'm imagining at least 20 to 50 niggas gonna get shot.
Exactly. Because you know what it is. Because you know what it is. You got to understand something. See, this is the product. This is what happens when you're living in a white supremacist society.
Right.
So what happens is that because, see, you got to understand something. When you have white people doing the same shit that a black person would do, right? What happens is that law enforcement, they're going to be more lenient in a lot of cases because people try to act like, oh, well, you know, they say, well, white people also get shot too and this and that. Yeah, that also happens. But what happens is white people get shot and they get fucked up, usually when they've been crossing the line more and more. You understand what I'm saying? A black person gets shot for blinking their eyes. A white person gets shot for taking out their machine gun and shooting up an air, pointing it and going crazy. So what happens is that because we have a white supremacist society, white people usually are able to get away with more. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
In general, meaning that it's like this. It's like a white person would be able to, let's say, point the gun at a police officer, have a fucking conversation with the police. The police is going to say, sir, put down your weapon. You understand what I'm saying? A black guy just moves his hand like this. I could just go like this. And they're like, he had a gun and they had to shoot me. You understand what I'm saying? And it's all ingrained on a psychological level that we got to kill niggas. You understand what I'm saying? But the white people, we got to, you know, we could, let me be a little bit more, like there was a fucking, let me see if I can find this goddamn meme. There was a fucking meme I thought was hilarious, man. I thought this shit was hilarious, where it was talking about how the difference between how, you know, Trump, the police were, you know, acting towards, here we go. Let me post this up real quick so you guys can see this shit. Right, so this meme says, cops when Trump supporters break into the U.S. Capitol building. So you see a cop making out with the fucking protester. You understand what I'm saying? This is how cops are acting to these motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? That's what's going on. You see what I mean? And so this is what we're talking about, where they're dealing with them with kid gloves on.
Right. Exactly. Because I haven't heard any reports of anybody getting arrested.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers, and not one person got arrested?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Remember the other day when that black dude, I think he worked for CNN and he was just reporting on the fucking riots in, I think, I don't know, Baltimore or Delaware, wherever the fuck it was.
Right.
But he was just reporting and he had the camera, he had his press laminate and all that shit. And they arrested that nigga.
Right. Right. So, you know.
And then his producers and his cameraman was like, why are you arresting him? And the cops didn't say shit. They just continued arresting this black dude.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
and that's what I'm saying. Conditioned. It's all conditioned in your mind because, like, it's conditioning for the law enforcement to just fuck you up just because you black. You understand what I'm saying? And then it's conditioned for them to sort of be lenient to you and give you the benefit of the doubt when you're white. Now, there's other deeper reasons for that. You understand what I'm saying? If you guys have read the ISIS papers and shit like that, there's deeper reasons for why those things go down. But we ain't gonna get into all that today on the show. But I suggest you guys read the ISIS papers, which is a great book that'll show you that talks about white supremacy and why certain things are the way they are. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So it's crazy. But in other news, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian is supposedly getting a divorce. Man. And rumors of Kanye having an affair with this guy, I think, or women, or
yeah, it's a guy. His name is Jeffree Star, but he's a fucking YouTuber that does makeup.
Right. So allegedly Kanye West is having an affair with that dude. And
hold on 1 second. I think he wants to clear his name. I'm gonna let him clear his name. So this is Jeffree Star talking about the rumors.
Let me just say this one time for any news outlet. I like very tall men. Me and Kanye have never hung out, and this whole thing is really funny. So I guess if this is a start to my new year, Happy New Year.
That's Jeffree's.
Right. So he's saying we ain't never hung out. We ain't getting cracking. You feel what I'm saying?
This dude is full like transvestite. I think he still has a penis, but he's full like he wears the long hair, full makeup, eyelashes, every fucking thing. This nigga is out there, but he gets millions of views on YouTube doing his makeup tutorials and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They're saying who's Jeffree Star. That's what I asked. I was like, who? I didn't know who that was either. You know what I'm saying?
You don't need to know. If you a real nigga, you don't need to know that type of shit. And honestly, that's why like, you know, shout out to the guys that do the gossip content and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not knocking nobody, but that's why like you got to know what your brand is, because a lot of this shit ends up being, you know, if you deal with mainstream news and media, somewhere along the way, you're going to have to fucking, you know, bring up somebody from the LGBT situation. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's just a part of the game. So that's why you got to be careful how you do that. Cause you know, don't nobody want to really talk about this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
And April said that he made 18 million off of YouTube in 2018. That's crazy.
Yeah. He's
so like, I think they said he was like the 5th richest person on YouTube at that time. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. But yeah, I didn't believe Kanye was fucking around with that. But the thing is though, it's like, I already knew, I kind of figured him and Kim Kardashian was about to be a wrap. But
still no confirmation though.
Right. Still no confirmation. But I believe it's going to happen at some point. You understand what I'm saying? Because Kanye has been way too emotional. You understand what I'm saying? And I gotta shout out Kim Kardashian though, for real. Let me shout out Kim Kardashian. Listen, I don't give a fuck about what nobody say. Kim Kardashian is on point. Facts. You understand what I'm saying? Facts. Listen, Kim Kardashian is better than Beyonce. Yes, I said it.
Woo!
Let me tell you why.
Explain.
Because Beyonce had to have talent to make her money. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you ain't got no talent and you can make that much money, you feel? Matter of fact, most of these YouTube niggas is better than me because they ain't got no talent and they making so much fucking money. So shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. But I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. Like, he said Kim belongs to the streets. I'm like, yo, but this is what I'm saying. Kim Kardashian has held it down,
right,
with this crazy ass motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? For a while. So I mean, I can't hate. You feel what I'm saying? She held it down. So, but if Kanye would have been just, you know what I'm saying, like focused, and I mean, what did they say? He got like bipolar and stuff. So maybe that's, you know, that's the thing. You understand what I'm saying? But
I'm thinking to myself, when was the last time Kim Kardashian got really dick down? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit I think about. Like, this nigga out here crying and all of this shit. Like, when you gonna find time to dick your bitch down, bro? Like,
right. But
how's that gonna work? Where it's footage all over you on the internet crying,
right,
in broad daylight, unprovoked.
Because I know her pussy was drying up, seeing them cry like that. You understand?
And you looking at her fat ass, her big ass titties, and her sexy face, and them lips, and you like, damn. I know he's not dicking her like he's supposed to, bro.
Facts.
No, you know what I'm saying? And that's like a waste. And then you don't wonder why you wonder why is divorce rumors. You wonder why, like, she it's not confirmed again, but like people are saying that they're seeing her without her ring. And I think Kanye stopped wearing his ring too, and all of this shit. And they're talking about how, you know, they had disagreements on how to spend the holidays because Kanye wanted to stay in Wyoming and have a quiet family gathering, but she wanted to stay in Los Angeles and do a whole bunch of, you know, thought shit or do a whole bunch of flashy, you know, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they're growing apart or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Kanye is doing his religious thing now. He's making gospel music and all this, and his wife is like she's what like the pioneer of sin. You know what I'm saying?
My thing is, man, like according to the Red Pill, though, Kim Kardashian hit the wall, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't she like a single mom now? or she's about to be a single mom, and she's over. Like, how old you got to be to hit the wall? Over 22 or some shit? Like after you reach 22, you hit the wall. So listen, I don't give a fuck. I will fuck the shit out of Kim Kardashian, wall or not. I don't give it. Like she has 4 kids. I don't care. Get a babysitter. You understand what I'm saying?
Truth be told, the wall is something that a lot of hurt niggas made up.
Right.
Like, let's be honest and let's be clear. Like, yes, I agree with the theory of the wall. I get it. Like, there's a point where a woman is not as like, sexually viable as she once was, and blah 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 blah.
Right.
But what I'm saying is the constant like pushing of the narrative of the wall has more to do with the egos of these hurt niggas than anything. You feel me?
Facts.
Because certain dudes on the wavelength of us. How often do we talk about a bitch hitting the wall?
Right, exactly.
or do we talk about I'm gonna lead this bitch, into the bedroom and fuck the shit out of her? Like, I'm not worried about the wall. I'm not worried about none of this. All I'm worried about, if she get my dick hard, then she gonna get this dick. Like, you feel me? Like, if she's cooperative, then she, you know what I'm saying? If she's cooperative and she's doing what she like, real niggas don't really worry about all that other shit, bro. Again, and I'm not knocking nobody. Do your content, do your shit, but that's why we all different.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't spend time trying to have discussions about why a woman's value has lowered, and like that just sounds like somebody that's trying to feel better about themselves by putting somebody else down.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So take it easy with all the choosing signals and all the wall rhetoric.
Right.
Exposing yourselves on the low. But anyway.
Facts. So in other news, Dr. Dre had a brain aneurysm.
Oh my God.
Had to get rushed to the hospital. You understand what I'm saying? To make that's been going on, man. So we got a story on that?
Yeah. Well, so this is an extension of that story, right? So this story has to do with the entire situation. So it says Dr. Dre agrees to pay Nicole Young $2 million, and I think this is $2 million a month to cover expenses until divorce returns to court in April.
Wow.
And so it says Dr. Dre has agreed to pay Nicole Young $2 million to cover her expenses as the sparring spouses hit pause on their divorce case while he recovers from a brain aneurysm. The deal was brokered at a court hearing Wednesday between the ex-couple's high-powered attorneys. Laura Wasser from the superstar rapper Samantha Spector is representing Young. It says Andre shall maintain his financial status quo. Andre shall advance a sum of $2 million to Nicole on or before January 11th. Man, I mean, I would have a brain aneurysm too if this bitch was coming at me like this. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. I'm just like, yo. I'm like, because I don't know what causes brain aneurysms.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, is it stress that causes that? Like, what makes a person get a brain aneurysm?
I mean, it's a few things. It has to do with the quality and the health of your blood vessels. And sometimes, stress and other things can cause it. Stress, bad health, if you're not exercising, if you're not eating right, it's a whole bunch of stuff. But it also says, Young's Palisades property is separate from Dre's nearby Brentwood mansion that would be burglars tried to break into Tuesday while the music mogul was being treated at Cedars-Sinai Hospital Medical Center. Dre, who's 55, was rushed to Cedars for the brain bleed. That's basically what it is. When your brain starts bleeding, brain bleed. It's basically the vessel in your head, in your brain ruptures. The blood vessel in your brain ruptures, and you begin to bleed inside your brain tissue.
Right.
So it says, as he was rushed to the brain bleed earlier this week, as assured fans in the Instagram post Monday night. He said he was doing great. He's going to be totally fine. He expected to come out of it completely. I just want to say that I had a family member that had a brain aneurysm while she slept one night, and she never woke back up. Yeah, and so it's a serious thing. It's a serious thing. Sometimes Dr. Dre is actually lucky. You know what I'm saying? He's very lucky. A lot of people who have brain aneurysms don't survive that shit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it can happen in your sleep. And when something like that happens in your sleep, it's like your body, you know, if it ruptures and you're still sleeping, the blood will just keep bleeding out in your brain. So by the time somebody comes to check on you, like, yo, why such and such ain't wake up yet? It's already too late. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Damn.
Yeah. So, you know, he's pretty lucky for this. He's pretty lucky.
Shout out to him, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe now he'll come out with detox because he's like, life is short. I gotta fucking, you know what I'm saying? I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? Like shit. But anyway, so in other news, Twitter shut off Trump's accounts. Twitter shut that shit down. You know what I'm saying? And listen, you know, I don't even know why I'm hand clapping that because
I was just about to say, like,
I just be hand clapping shit just because I want to hear the fucking hand clap sound.
I was about to ask you what you a Trump hater now? You trying to make these mad?
I'll be like, 1 million people died of corona. like yes. I'm saying, man. But damn. I mean, God, yo, listen, man.
So it says Twitter bans President Trump permanently. Oh man, and he's apparently he's also banned from a lot of other platforms.
I think Facebook too, or something like that.
Facebook, Pinterest and Reddit and all that other shit. I think they banned his ass too. But check this out. So the thing is, if you try to go to his Twitter, it shows you. It says Donald Trump. It took his picture off, and it says I didn't realize he was this strong, but the nigga had 88.7 million followers, bro.
Damn.
And then in big letters, it says account suspended. Twitter suspends accounts that violates the Twitter rules. So this is according to CNN. It says Twitter has suspended President Trump from his platform, the company said Friday evening. After close review of recent tweets from the @real Donald Trump account, the context around them we have permanently suspended the account due to risk of further incitement of violence. Right? It says the context of the horrific events this week. We made it clear on Wednesday that additional violations of Twitter rules would potentially result in this very course of action. So basically, what they're saying is that all the stuff Trump has been tweeting, they feel that it has caused the events of the people storming the Congress and all of that shit.
Right.
So it says Twitter's decisions followed 2 tweets by Trump Friday afternoon that would end up being his last. The tweets violated the company's policy against glorification of violence. Twitter said, and these 2 tweets must be read in the context of broader events in the country and the ways in which president's statements can be mobilized by different audiences.
That's crazy.
Including to incite violence, as well as the context of the pattern of behavior from the account in recent weeks. So it says the first tweet was about Trump supporters. It says, I think this was the tweet. It says, the 75 million great American patriots who voted for me, America first, and make America great again, will have a giant voice long into the future. They will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form. And then it says, to all of those who have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th. So Trump is showing that he's not in support of the new president. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
that's crazy. Look, the Facebook banned me for 24 hours for some bullshit. Yeah. I feel violated. I feel like they just took away, my so April's saying that Trump is now looking to start his own platform. He should. You know what I'm saying?
No, that would be dope.
Mm-hmm. He should. He'd get a bunch of fucking you understand what I'm saying? Like he got a bunch of people joining that shit.
Yo, he had 88 million followers by himself.
Right.
If he just gets a fraction of that, he'll be straight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
And if he put like a little paywall behind it, you know what I'm saying? Like $5, you know, to join, or he could do it where he got you know, advertising content and shit.
Right. Nah, he get on point. He'll be on point. You know what I'm saying? So in other news, Shia LaBeouf and his girlfriend break up over sexual assault allegations.
First of all, let me say that I don't condone domestic violence and physical abuse. But if you see a picture of this chick, you would want to smack the shit out of her too. She just looked like such a smackable chick. Like,
right.
Like, she looks annoying, bro. Like, she looks so. I'm not saying to do it. I'm not condoning it. But what I'm saying is, she looks like the type of chick that could be so annoying that she might bring you to that point. You understand what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny because I remember I told the story before too, where I was dating this chick.
Yeah.
And she told me, she said that her ex-boyfriend hit her.
Right.
And at first I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, that's whack. Like, I was like, this dude sound like a goddamn loser. Like, why he gonna just hit you? Like, that's crazy. Right now, as I kept dating her, I woke up one morning and I said, yo, I understand why he hit you. Now, I'm not condoning the hitting, but I understand. You understand what I'm saying? Because I need to leave you. I can't fuck with you no more because you just crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not condoning him hitting you, but I understand. You understand what I'm saying? So and look, we're not saying this to bring light to any of that type of shit. But the thing is, and I don't know, what did he do specifically? Like, what did he do as far as the allegations is concerned?
Let's see. First of all, her name is FKA Twigs. That's the first thing why I would fucking look. All right, so it says FKA Twigs sues Shia LaBeouf citing relentless abusive relationship. Now, backstory. We know that Shia is not the poster boy for being well-adjusted in society.
Right.
Okay? He is not he's the
you know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Shia because we know that he's not all the way there. He got demons and issues himself. But it says the lawsuit filed in Los Angeles by the musician. She is a musician, by the way. Accuses the actor of sexual battery, assault, and infliction of emotional distress. Now, it says also FKA Twigs, her real name is Talia Debret Barnett. Shit out of this bitch. Like, anyway, sorry. So, so to the story, it says just after Valentine's Day in 2019, the musician FKA Twigs was in a car speeding towards Los Angeles. At the wheel was her boyfriend, the actor Shia LaBeouf. He was driving recklessly, she said in a lawsuit filed on Friday, removing his seatbelt and threatening to crash unless she professed her love for him. See? Oh,
wow. See?
Simp. That's a simp move. Mm-hmm. That's a simp move. Like, that's crazy. You put your first of all, your life and her life in danger just because you trying to force her to profess, you know, her love. Chill.
Right. That's crazy.
Yeah, I be caring about what these bitches think too much. But anyway, they were returning from the desert where Mr. LaBeouf, the star of Transformers, had raged at her throughout the trip. Twigs said in the lawsuit once waking her up in the middle of the night, choking her. After she begged to be let out the car, she said he pulled over at a gas station and she took her bags from the trunk. But Mr. LaBeouf followed and assaulted her, throwing her against the car while screaming in her face, according to the suit. He then forced her back into the car. The gas station incident is at the heart of the lawsuit, says Mr. LaBeouf, age 34, abused FKA Twigs physically, emotionally, and mentally many times in a relationship that lasted just short of a year. Her aim in coming forward, she said in an interview, was to explain how even a critically acclaimed artist with money, a home, and a strong network of supporters could be caught in such a cycle. Quote, I'd like to be able to raise awareness on the tactics that abusers use to control you and take away your agency. FKA Twigs 32. That's what she said. So yeah,
like Larry said, ain't that an Eminem video? All that shit happening. But did y'all know that Shia LaBeouf got bars?
Something faster after this though, yeah?
Shia LaBeouf got bars.
Listen. Get ready, get set, this is me. This is wild, this is a childhood dream. I'm that guy though, all pride yo. Do my thing and stack ride though. I'm at White Oak, the gun club, I mean 1 Oak. That's a dumb club. I don't go there, but I get dumb love. Legend, bitch. Trash you heard, that's all alleged, bitch. Plagiarist, stay making shit. Greatest gifts come from painful shit. Truth is, I'm a true G. Only white kid with big in the Coogee tatted to me. And Tupac too. And Missy on my 2 knees. Dude, please stop asking about my tats like some groupies.
Woo! Shia LaBeouf is spitting that fire, nigga.
style too.
What? Y'all know about that?
Yo, but he also said he in a response he said, this is Shia LaBeouf speaking now. He said, quote, "I'm not in any position to tell anyone how my behavior made them feel. I have no excuses for my alcoholism or aggression, only rationalizations. I have been abusive to myself and everyone around me for years. I have a history of hurting the people closest to me. I'm ashamed of that history, and I'm sorry to those I hurt. There's nothing else I really have to say." See, now he made a simp move, but I can appreciate his real nigga shit, like just owning up, saying, "Yo, I abuse niggas. Like that's what I do. I have alcoholism, I have aggression, and I hurt the people closest to me, and there's nothing else I really got to say. I'm sorry, but that's me." You know what I'm saying? So he probably has some type of bipolar, like, because you go from one extreme, put your life in danger to my profess your love to me, to yo, it is what it is. I'm an alcoholic and I'm an alcoholic and a rageaholic. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Shout out to him for kind of knowing, because you know how some people would just straight up deny, and he's like, nah, that's what I do. That's a part of who I am. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Right. So shout out to him for knowing himself.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Don't let them be dreams, people.
Yesterday,
you said tomorrow. All right. So now, the last story we got here, people. We got 205 people watching. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This is the Bad Boy Show live. Remember, if you want to watch all of the other Bad Boy Show episodes, okay, go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario. We got hundreds of episodes on there. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure that you guys check that out and watch that, and make sure all you guys join the Bad Boy Show on Patreon, patreon.com/Mr. Locario, because right after we film this, it's going on there. It's coming down off of YouTube, and you're going to only be able to see it on Patreon. You understand? Right. So all of the other ones that you guys missed, I'm telling you, the game is heavy on that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So the last story we got here is UFC fighter Irwin Rivera, that's how you say his name, Irwin Rivera.
Yeah,
arrested for stabbing his 2 sisters.
Oh my God,
Jesus! So what happened in this story though?
I think they owed him some money, or I think they didn't cook the Raus con Pollo correctly. No, that's racist. Stop. That's not right. It's not right. All right, here go the story. It says UFC fighter Irwin Rivera arrested and charged with attempted murder after allegedly stabbing sisters. Rivera told police he stabbed his sisters after being told to do so by a higher power. Oh, this nigga's just crazy. Okay, gotcha. So it says on Thursday, UFC bantamweight Irwin Rivera was arrested by the Boynton Beach Police Department after allegedly stabbing his 2 sisters, ages 22 and 33. He was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. After being called to a residence, responding officers found the younger sister with stab wounds to her back, head, and arm. The older sister had wounds on her face, back, arms, hands, and she had 2 collapsed lungs. Jesus. The sisters were rushed to Delray Medical Center, where one is currently in stable condition while the other is in critical condition. According to the police report, neighbors awakened by banging on the door as a woman screamed, "He's trying to kill me. Please help my sister." Rivera, covered in blood, told neighbors everything was fine and to shut the door before fleeing. Police eventually caught Rivera, who believed he had killed both women. He then informed police that he carried out the attacks because it was his purpose, and that he was told by a higher power. Wow.
That's crazy.
So there's a quote from the Palm. There's a quote from the UFC, because he's a fighter for the UFC.
Right.
So their statement says, quote, UFC is aware of the recent incident involving Aaron Rivera and subsequently received information from his management that he has been exhibiting behavior consistent with mental health issues. The allegations are extremely troubling, and the organization is currently gathering additional information. The investigation is ongoing, and any potential next steps, including disciplinary action or medical attention, will be determined upon conclusion. Furthermore, UFC has informed Rivera's management that he will not be offered a bout at this time. So basically, he is suspended from fighting with the UFC because of recent incidents.
Right. That's crazy. Damn, man. People just like ruining their lives. I just don't understand it. You understand? I just don't get it. I like to wake up in the morning, eat my Cheerios. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch some Netflix, work out, do my videos. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't understand. Like, don't people like living in the lives they live? I don't like.
It's sometimes it's a little bit more complicated than that, man. Like, people got problems, people got demons, people got chemical imbalances in their brain. You know what I'm saying? And like, it is what it is, man. Like so as you get older, you might have to deal with dementia or Alzheimer's and all that type of shit. Like, it's
right.
And you gotta think, he's a fighter. He gets hit in the head for a living. Right,
exactly. So
you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of, you feel me? Like, there's a lot that could happen as a result of that. So,
right.
Who knows, man? It's just kind of fucked up. So, shout out to the family, shout out to him. I hope things get better. You know what I'm saying? No, it's just an unfortunate story. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. So before we go on break, people, we're going to take a subscriber email, but this actually right here today, what I'm going to do is I found something on Facebook because I was in this thread and I was going back and forth with these guys. And one of the things that they said in this thread, right? They wrote this, and I'm going to post this up. I'm going to show this real quick. So it says, "I'd rather looks max and play off choosing signals than cold approach out of nowhere," right? So they said, "I'd rather looks max and play off choosing signals rather than cold approach out of nowhere." You hear what I'm saying? Now, oh, Jesus Christ. Now, for all of you who don't know what looks maxing is, because at first I was like, what the fuck is looks maxing? This is one of these terms that these guys came up with to I guess maximize your looks, like make your looks the best it can be, go to the gym, get fit, probably get some plastic surgery, do something with, I don't know what the fuck.
Rhinoplasty.
Yeah, all that shit Nes be talking about. You understand?
Right. Rhinoplasty and
right.
Botox injections.
Right. So what I found funny was some of the people in the comments, they said, this one guy says, "It's mind-blowing. Dudes think it's even remotely worth their time to randomly approach 100+ women just to sleep with one." You understand? And the person's like, "Yeah, it doesn't make sense." He said, "All you have to do is get in shape and then get focused on choosing signals, and then 90% of your problems with women are going to be solved." Wow. And then they said, "If a woman wants a man, she'll make it easy for him. She'll walk up to him, right, and ask him for the time so that you can start a conversation with him, and then you can get with the girl." You understand what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I wanted to address this is because these dudes are not actually dealing with women. You understand me? Like, when we were offline before we started the show, me and Miles was having a conversation about some real life shit about him dealing with women. You understand what I'm saying? These guys who are online on the internet, they haven't actually dealt with women. You understand what I'm saying? Theo C. Jr. said we can't save them. We tried. I know it's terrible. It's terrible. But it's weird because a lot of these dudes, what they think is that, because think about it this, and I said this to Miles earlier offline. I said, okay, if you're saying it's a waste of time to approach 100 girls just to get one. Okay, cool. Let's go with that. If it's a waste of time to do that because only 1 out of 100 girls is going to try to get at you, then who are these women that's giving you choosing signals? Because if your reality is 99% of the women that I talk to don't want to fuck with me,
right?
How many choosing signals are you getting? You know what I'm saying? When you think about it logically, it don't make sense because I'm like, if you're not approaching, then what are you doing? Oh, I'm waiting for choosing signals. But if you're waiting for choosing signals, who's choosing you if all of these women aren't trying to fuck with you with cold approaching?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's like saying, well, you know what? I don't want to bother going on all these job interviews because most of them are going to fucking not hire me. So
right.
Stay my ass at home and have all these jobs call me to get a fucking job. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, where dudes don't really make sense when it comes to this game and they don't actually understand what the hell is going on. You see what I mean? It just boggles my mind. And this is what I'm saying, where these guys, what they think that the secret or the salvation to their women problems is to look max. Or if I get better looking, then all my women problems are going to be over. Women are just going to run to me and fall in my lap and all the other stuff. It's a fantasy, guys. It's not going to listen. If that was the case, y'all wouldn't be listening to us right now. We'd be out of business. You understand what I'm saying? Because all you need to do is just go to the gym and all the chicks are going to fucking jump on you. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get what these guys don't get. Like, it's funny.
They're always just trying to come up with ways to avoid the work, bro. That's all it really is, man. That because it's constant. It's just a constant thing. Like don't they understand? Like it. How many fucking different terms are we up to?
Right. Exactly.
How many terms, bro? I can't even explain it. I can't even look at our track record. Like I came up with the be on your purpose.
Right.
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 Be on your purpose is a phrase that has been said for centuries.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's not a catchphrase. That's not a slogan.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Everybody asks, what's your purpose? What's the meaning of life? Why am I here? That's all that's about. It's just a tried and true philosophy of doing what you're here to do while you're here to do it. Period. Right?
Right.
These niggas got so many choosing signals, looks maxing, gym maxing,
right.
MGTOW, all the different colors of the pills.
Right. Incels. BSM and all of this, IBMORs and all that other shit.
Like, don't they see that no matter how many fucking terms and catchphrases and you understand what I'm saying? No matter how many things you come up with, it still doesn't stop you from having to do what you got to do as far as the game is concerned.
Right.
Like, none of these things are helping you guys. None of these things. That's why I say, like, I appreciate that we're different from most of these other content creators. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not here to say that we're better or anything. I'm just saying we're different.
Facts.
We don't dwell on fucking catchphrases and fucking, you understand what I'm saying? There's no trick to this shit. You just gotta put in the fucking work. That's all it is. And that's what real niggas do. That's what men do. That is the fucking basic definition of masculinity. Doing what you gotta do, regardless of how you feel or whatever.
Right.
All you motherfuckers, you feel a certain way about the work you gotta put in. You feel a certain way about the possibility of the chick not feeling you. So you come up with all of these terms. looks maxing. Like, what the fuck? What is that? If you're gonna go to the gym and get fit, then you're gonna go to the gym and get fit. What's this gym maxing? What is that?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
If I'm gonna put on clothes and accessories and groom myself and take care of myself to make sure my skin is clean, that's just what you're supposed to do. That's not looks maxing.
Right.
That's just what you're supposed to do.
Right. And on top of that, if you do all of that, but you still insecure as fuck and you don't know how to talk to women, you understand what is that doing for you? Because listen, see, dudes be thinking all they got to do is sort of manipulate or fix the outside. That does not work. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I got a fucking piece of shit, you understand what I'm saying? If I got dog shit, right, but I put it in a fucking box and fucking wrap it up like a Christmas present. You know what I'm saying? It's still shit inside the box. You understand what I'm saying? The present might look nice, the outside might look good. You understand? It might look like it's something cool inside the shit, but when you open it, you're like, this is a piece of shit. So when you start gym maxing and looks maxing and all this other stuff, and then you approach a girl and you start talking to her, you're like, excuse me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that gonna do? You understand what I'm saying?
Y'all niggas y'all gotta game max. That's what y'all gotta do.
Max, exactly right. Fuck all.
Get maximum game. Yo, go get the fucking Game Kings documentary, man. Come on, man.
Fuck out of here with all that bullshit. But listen. We're going to take a quick break, right? We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back from this break, right, we're going to be talking about, why guys are still, giving excuses in the game, or how your excuses are not going to make you attract women. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, you guys are watching The Bad Boy Show.
Guys, are you ready to become a single-minded man? The Man Mindset has one-on-one coaching, free boot camps, tons of videos, archived shows from the past, a dating chat line with women on right now, a cooking show to create smooth-ass meals for women, and so much more. God damn, Steve, you're doing your thing. TheManMindset.com. We're more than just a dating site. We are a lifestyle.
Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. All right, we are back on The Bad Boy Show. We are back, goddammit. We are back. And today's topic is you're making excuses for not being able to get women. Okay? Wow. We're about to go in on this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because this is something that you guys have to, understand when it comes to this game, is that your excuses are just going to keep you in the same spot. You understand what I'm saying? Your excuses are the things that's not going to help you progress in this game. See, guys can lie to themselves and say, oh, I don't give a fuck about these girls, and I'm going monk mode, and, this and that, and all this other nonsense, right? But a lot of times, guys, they have a lot of excuses as to why they can't get girls, why shit is all fucked up, all this other nonsense, right? Now, what gave me the idea of this show was last week I did a live stream with Steve Dedeen. And there was a dude who called up and he was like, yo, you guys be capping and y'all don't understand, because if you're not a good looking guy, you're not going to be able to get girls on Instagram. I mean, not Instagram, on Tinder or whatever it is. And he was like, I did this experiment where I had a fucking good looking guy and a regular looking guy, and the good looking guy was able to get all these matches. And then I told the girls to show up to this spot, and they showed up for the good looking guy. and going through all of this shit. So he's basically saying, oh, well, if you don't look good and all this other stuff, then you're not going to be able to get girls and all that other nonsense. So his excuse is, well, you don't look good, you're not going to be able to get girls, right? Now, what I found funny was in the comments, some of the guys was like, oh, well, Miss Lucario, you're not even taking into account his point that the good-looking guy got a bunch of matches and the chick showed up, but the average-looking guy didn't, and all this other stuff, right? They're like, you're not taking into account that, and yada yada yada. Now, first thing I want to say about that is this: is that one of the reasons why I'm not taking into account what he's saying is because that same guy, when he called up, the first thing he said was that I said that he said that I contradicted myself. He said, Miss Lucario, you said that it's not easier to get girls in different locations. And then he said, I said, when I went to Texas, that it was easier to get girls in Texas, right? So I basically said, bruh, I've never said that shit, right? I said that I got girls in Texas. I never said that it was easier to get girls because I was in Texas. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because either he's straight lying about what I'm saying, or he misinterpreted what I said. So based off of that, if he's telling me he did a whole experiment and did all this other shit, how am I supposed to take his word for it? Because the first thing he did was show me he's either lying or he doesn't know what he's talking about, or he doesn't really understand what's going on. That's one. Two, what happens is a lot of times, unfortunately, a lot of guys make excuses in a game and they try to find ways to make their excuses true. For example, there was another video I did a long time ago with a girl called The Confident Hoe, right? So we were talking and The Confident Hoe said, Mr. Lucario, the only reason why you getting girls is because girls think you cute, right? Now, he didn't succeed. I'm sure y'all remember he didn't succeed. He didn't succeed, clipped that video and said, see, Lucario, it's all about looks. She thinks because you look good, that's why you're getting girls, right? Now, in that same video, 2 minutes after she says that, she says, oh, but my ex was ugly, right? And she got with a guy who she thought was ugly. But he clipped that part out. He didn't put that part in. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times guys make excuses and they're trying to find ways to make their excuses real so they don't have to actually deal with the game. You understand what I'm saying? And so one of the things that guys are making excuses for and everything else is that a lot of guys actually think that game doesn't work. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the thing that kills me when it comes to dealing with guys trying to understand the game, is that there's a lot of guys who think game does not work. You understand? So they're like, oh, it's not about game and this and this and that. And first of all, they don't understand the game. And if they would actually go to MrLucario.com and get the goddamn Game Kings, which is titled The Definition of Game, you understand what I'm saying? They would understand what the fuck it is. You understand what I'm saying? That's one. But the reason why a lot of guys don't believe in game is because they believe in stupid shit like looks maxing. They believe in stupid shit like, oh, well, you got to have money and all this other stuff to get girls. They believe in, oh, well, as long as you're on your purpose, girls are going to chase you, right? And so they come up with all these things to believe in that actually don't have anything to do with them believing in themselves and in relation to actually getting girls. Right. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing. You know what I mean? So
let me ask you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you ever have something to do? Like you ever have like you ever have to do the next installment on the Bad Boy membership?
Right.
But instead of doing that, you like clean your room.
Right, exactly. Like you procrastinate and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You rearrange everything on your dresser, or you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me clean up my desk, because knowing that you need to start recording the next Bad Boy membership program.
Right.
But it's like you're just not like ready. Like you're just procrastinating. It's like, fuck, like I ain't really trying to do that shit right now. You understand?
Right.
That's all these niggas is doing, bro. Like most of these dudes, it's like they know they gotta work on their social skills. They know they gotta holler at chicks. They know they have to get more confident. They know they have to, be like learn how to become that guy that they're trying to be.
Right.
But a lot of it is procrastination, an unwillingness to evolve and develop into that guy that you're trying to be. Why? Because there's a level of, possible disappointment, right? There's a level of fear. There's a level of the unknown. A lot of things can be overwhelming for these guys. You understand? Right. And that's very understandable. But lying to yourself doesn't help the problem.
Right.
And like how we looked at the story with Shia LaBeouf, and he was like, look, I'm abusive. I'm an alcoholic.
Right.
I have aggression issues, and I apologize to all the people that I hurt, but it's what I'm known for. That's what I do. Like I hurt the people closest to me, and it's fucked up.
Right.
And only then can you begin to heal. Only then can you begin to rectify the situation. Once you know that there's something wrong with this situation. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the part that makes all of this shit so dangerous that these guys don't understand. You keep trying to grasp at all these different straws, all these different phrases, and all these different ideas of what you think it actually takes for you to get what you want. And it's like, but the thing that you need to do, that's the one thing that you're not doing. Mm-hmm. You understand? Just like how when I was talking about when it's time for you to record the Bad Boy membership and you don't really feel like doing it, you do other shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, let me edit the website. Oh, let me check my email. Oh, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me do a whole bunch of busy work that make me feel like I'm doing something towards my goal. When the fact is, the only thing that really needs to be done is for you to record the next Bad Boy membership installment. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's the same thing with these guys. The only thing that really needs to be done is you need to get better at talking to chicks.
Right. Facts.
And how are you going to get better at talking to chicks? You got to talk to chicks.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Period.
And G Money in the chat, he said on Myron's live stream, most of the girls interviewed has said looks do matter. So shout out to Myron. And this is the thing. And let me tell you guys something. I forgot who it was that said, it was somebody on, I wish I could quote the guy's name, but he said something. I thought this was profound. I said, this is exactly what it is. I was on a thread and this dude said, and it was this whole topic about looks. He said, you have to look good to get women, but you don't have to be good looking. I was like, that's exactly what it is. I said, my nigga said it right there. Right. I said, that's what I said. Thank you, my nigga. He said, you have to look good to get women, but you don't have to be good looking.
That's facts.
Exactly what we've been talking about. You understand what I'm saying? So when we talking about, looks matter and looks don't matter, whatever it is like that, right? When we talk about you looking good, that means you looking presentable. You understand what I'm saying? You looking fresh. You understand? You got your hair cut. You're smelling good. You got your teeth brushed. You understand? You got clothes that fit. Clothes look good. You smell good. All that other stuff. That's you looking good. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't have to be good looking to get women. You understand what I'm saying? Because dudes look a bunch of different types of ways. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is what dudes don't get. They be thinking they got to be the best looking fucking guy in order to get chicks. It's like, no, just put your shit together. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing. You feel what I mean? But another thing too, and this is what we talk about excuses, is that's another excuse. Another excuse is a guy will say, well, I'm not good looking enough. No. It's not that you're not good looking enough. It's just you ain't got no fucking game. Because if you had game, you know how to make yourself look good. You understand what I'm saying? And then you do everything else on top of that to make yourself be attractive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And that's a very important quote, because again, what guys don't understand about like the comprehension of appearance and looking good as opposed to having good looks,
right,
is that looking good is something that you can control.
Facts.
Having good looks is whatever God gave you, whatever you were born with based on your genetic mix.
Right.
With your mom and your dad. You understand? So, having looks based on what you cannot control, that's like your height, the shape of your fucking nose, like, if you're bald or not. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And shit, with the way things is going today with all of this fucking male weaves and all of this shit, you can change all that too.
Right.
But the point I'm trying to make is, when it comes to looking good, that's something you can control. But what people don't realize about looking good is that it almost has nothing to do with the looks. It's more important that you look good, because what happens when you look good based on what you control? What happens is you feel good.
Right. Exactly.
You understand? And what I mean by that is when you pick out an outfit that you feel comfortable in, and you look in the mirror and you feel comfortable. See, it's one thing to look good, and then it's another thing to feel comfortable and confident with how you look.
Facts.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you put on a shirt that you like. You put on a pair of pants or jeans that you like, the colors that you like, and you like the way it fits because it feels comfortable and it looks good because you like the way it looks. And you look in the mirror and then you say to yourself, I look good. And because I look good, I feel good about how I look. Do you understand? And that feeling is what gives you the confidence to be able to say, I'm going to go holler at that chick because I see something I like. I feel comfortable right now. I feel good about my appearance. And chances are that energy will carry through, and she'll feel good about my appearance as well. Right. Because when I open my mouth and speak and give off that energy, it's going to not only are my physical looks going to shine through, but the comfortability with my looks is going to shine through. Like, for example, if any of y'all notice way back when, a nigga like Mystery, he wore all of that weird shit. He wore them big ass Jamiroquai hats and head wraps, and he put fucking eyeliner on, and he painted his fucking fingernails black, and he had rings and all of this crazy shit. Right. A lot of you guys think that that's what girls like. He looked like a fucking weirdo, bro. Like, he looked like a clown to me. Right. But what made him successful was he could look like a clown in general, but still be confident about the way he looks in front of a bitch. Exactly. That's what makes his look like interesting to the chick, because initially she's probably looking at him like, what the fuck is up with this nigga? Like, is he gothic? Is he a Jamiroquai fan? Is he the Joker? What's up with this dude? Right? But then she speaks to him, or he speaks to her, and his confidence shows in the way he carries himself and in the way he speaks. And she's like, wow, he looks really weird, but he has this like confidence about, like, he's so comfortable in his own skin. So even though I think he looks weird, he thinks he looks good. Exactly. And that's what makes it interesting. And then what a girl will do is she'll be like, oh, that's a nice hat, or oh, that's a nice ring. She'll start to find reasons to like your look, because she's starting to look at you like, well, if he's so comfortable with the way he looks, then maybe I should be comfortable with the way he looks. You understand? But what happens with a lot of you motherfuckers is that the reason why you're on this looks maxing and this gym maxing and all this maxing, right, you're uncomfortable with you. Facts. You're uncomfortable with the way you look. So it has nothing to do with the shirt that you're wearing. It has everything to do with how you feel about how the shirt looks on you. So even though the shirt is a fucking $900 Gucci shirt, you still think you're a piece of shit. Right. So the energy comes all fucked up. So you can looks max all you want, but if you ain't got no confidence and game behind it, you're not gonna be successful with these females. Right. Right. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, listen, and see, a lot of times, guys, the excuses, and this is what I want to really drive home here, is that understand that the excuses are just ways for you to rationalize why you're not where you want to be. And one of the biggest excuses that I see nowadays is guys saying that, well, the game has changed because of social media. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't get girls anymore because so many women are on social media and they're getting so many likes on Instagram and they're getting so many DMs in their Instagram. And so I can't get any girls because they're getting so much attention. See, which I fail to understand is this. Y'all think, see, and this goes to show where the guy is thinking, where his head's at, and what he thinks about the game and about women and also about himself. Attention don't mean shit when a chick want a dick in her mouth. You understand what I'm saying?
attention don't mean shit when she want to get fucked, right? So a like on Instagram doesn't fucking make her have an orgasm. You understand what I'm saying? A DM in her DMs doesn't make her fucking pussy wet. It don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? So what makes a woman want to make something happen is if she's really interacting with a guy who's taking action to make something happen with her. Right? So if you're the type of guy who thinks that, oh, well, I can't get girls because of social media and all this other stuff, what happens is that you're just showing that your game is weak. Right. Think about it this way. Think about it. I'll give you this way. That's like, let's say you have an actor, like let's say Will Smith, Denzel Washington, or even Brad Pitt, right? That's like Denzel, Will Smith, or Brad Pitt saying, yo, the game has changed with, being a celebrity and being famous because of YouTube. All these YouTubers are out here. You see PewDiePie. PewDiePie has 30 million people watching his videos. So now I can't get any movie roles and I'm losing money on. No, Will Smith and Brad Pitt and all them niggas is still making $20 million movies. Right. They're still doing their thing, even though niggas like PewDiePie is getting 20, 30 million hits a fucking video. Right. You know what I'm saying? This shit is still the same. These niggas is still banking, caking, and they still celebrities. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that a lot of dudes are looking at all of this shit as an excuse to say, oh, well, it's no. A woman's desire to be with a man has not changed. Right. Period. And it's never going to change because it's natural for her to have that desire. Right? Now, because you can't get the girl, that has to do with you. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't got to do with fucking Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that shit. In fact, that should make it easier for you because there's no other time in life where you can have literal access to millions of women. So how is it harder for you to get women when you have more access to them? Huh? You understand what I'm saying? What? Like you have way more access to the women, but you're saying it's harder to get the women. But they'll be like, oh, but it's a bunch of guys trying to get at her and all this other stuff. Okay, cool. All I'm saying is that you're like all those other guys. You understand what I'm saying? You're just like all the rest of these guys, right? If that's the case, right. You see what I'm saying? And let me tell you guys a secret that guys who have game understand. Let me tell you guys a fucking secret, okay? This is why this got to go on Patreon because we about to hit you guys with some heavy game. See, what happens is this: guys who have game, right? This is what a guy who has game will do. He'll be at a bar, at a club, or whatever, talking to a girl, right? Then there'll be a bunch of other guys either hovering around that girl or trying to like get at her or trying to like sort of take the attention away from him to get the girl, right? So the guy who has game, what does he do? He walks away from the girl. He pulls himself out of the situation. Matter of fact, what he'll do sometimes is he'll tell the other guys that's trying to get with her to get with her. He'll be like, hey, bro, come here. You should talk to Stacy over here. Stacy, this is, what's your name, bro? Bill, nice to meet you. Stacy, listen, y'all two would make a cute couple. All right, y'all have fun. He walks away. Now, why does he do that? Because what he's doing is that he already knows that 90% of these niggas ain't got no game. He already knows Stacy is feeling him. So he already knows Stacy's going to come back after him. You understand what I'm saying? And right. Thirsty ass Bill is going to fuck it up anyway, which is already going to make him look even better in comparison, which is why Stacy's going to come back to him. So what happens is that he knows he's different than all these other niggas, right? And so because he knows he's different than all these other niggas, he knows he already stands out. He knows he knows that he is actually her best choice. You understand what I'm saying? The guy with game knows he's her best choice, right? So if you're thinking because these women are getting a bunch of attention from other guys on Instagram and Tinder and all that as to why you can't get girls, that basically means that you feel or you know that you're not her best choice, You understand what I'm saying? And that's why you're having trouble getting these girls and saying, oh, social media changed it and all that. No. It didn't change it. It didn't change anything. It just revealed more that you ain't got no fucking game. You know, it revealed your game. It revealed your level of game. That's what it is. Because the guy who has game understands that he is a woman's best choice. That's why he has no fucking problem walking away. That's why he has no problem charging a girl to the game, because a lot of times what will happen is when you charge a girl to the game, a lot of times they'll end up coming back. Like Miles, remember the girl you was fucking with that told you that she wanted you to just be with her and, oh, you're not mature enough and all this other shit? Then the chick want to come back to holler at you, try to get it back at you because she realized, damn, I just fucked up my best choice. You understand what I'm saying? This is what y'all don't get. So a lot of the times when guys are saying all of this shit, you understand? Y'all are revealing that the weakness in the game. And this is why I want you guys to understand how real this is, man. Because when you're saying, oh, well, the game's changed because of social media. No, the game didn't change. It just revealed where you're at. That's all it did. It revealed where you're at. Because back in the day, you could say, well, I had an easier time back in the day. And what happened is that you might have felt like you had an easier time back in the day, because what happened was that it was easier for the woman to settle for you. You understand what I'm saying? This is why guys are still on the money and the status and all that other stuff. The reason why it's harder for guys to get women now, because back in the day, the woman settled for you because you had money. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, I'm a woman. I don't got, back in the 50s and all that other stuff. I'm a woman. I don't really have any way to survive. So let me latch onto this guy who has the money because I need to fuck with this guy because of my survival. Now, nowadays, women are able to get their own jobs. They got money, got more money than most niggas. So what happens? Now she's like, well, you know what? I can actually pick the guy I want to actually be with. I can pick the guy I want to have sex with. I can pick the guy that I'm actually sexually attracted to. And guess what? You might not be that guy. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why you're having trouble. It's not about social media. It's about what happened is that your level of game is not to the point to where you stand out to where you're that woman's best choice. You understand? This is what I don't get. So that's what I want. That's what I want you guys to understand. So what is this comment saying?
It says, I wanted you to address that real quick.
Miles, you don't know how to seduce a woman. You ain't no Casanova, I guess he's trying to say. Your method is just rummaging through dozens of and hundreds of chicks until you statistically find a girl that suits your. Okay, so basically what he's saying is that you don't know how to seduce a woman. But because all you do is rummage through hundreds of chicks and blah, 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 blah. Okay, now let me answer that. Does he understand what a long-term relationship is? I'm just saying. A long-term relationship is seducing a woman. See, you have to rummage through a bunch of women in order to get the woman that you're going to seduce. See, what you have to understand is that all women are not worthy of your seduction. Do you understand that? Now, there are certain guys who might seduce a woman because he's like, damn, this chick is hot as shit. And I want to fuck this girl. And that's my plan of what I want to do for the night or, the next week or so. So he's like, I'm so attracted to her that I will bother to even seduce. Right? But what happens is understand that every woman does not deserve to be seduced. Because what happens is seduction is attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? And every woman does not deserve your attention. See, Avalanche is the goofy type of nigga who's going to try to seduce a chick who ain't worth being seduced. He's going to give her X amount of attention or give most women X amount of attention because he feels that this is what he needs to do to get a woman. See, what you have to understand is that you shouldn't necessarily, in general, be trying to actually seduce women that you just meet.
Right.
It should be like either you down or you not. Now, once she shows she's down and we're hooking up and we're doing what the fuck we do, right? then what happens is that I say, okay, you know what? She's worthy of me seducing her, because what happens is that when you're in a longer term relationship, you have to consistently be seducing your woman, meaning you're consistently keeping her interested, because what happens is she's going to go through her moods, her emotions, her feelings, all this other stuff. And you're going to have to consistently be able to get her to realize and recognize what she got going on with you.
You know what the problem is with this quote is that this guy thinks he knows what the word seduce actually means.
Exactly. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like most people think that seduction means that you're taking a person that's totally not interested in you,
right,
and turning them into someone who is,
right,
that's what a lot of these niggas think game is.
Right, exactly, right.
They think that we gonna say some magical shit and her mind is gonna totally change from a bitch that wasn't fucking with you to now she's all over you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Right. There's no magic in this shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's no magic in this shit. There are gonna be women that like you, and there's gonna be women that don't like you.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be women that it just doesn't. It's not gonna work, no matter what you say, no matter what you do. Mm-hmm. But only a man with game understands that shit.
Right.
You guys saying, this Avalanche guy, he's still on the outside looking in when it comes to game.
Right, exactly. And
he still think that he can actually magically switch up a woman's, come on, son.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because what you're looking for when you first talk to a woman and interacted with a woman is you're looking for compliance and cooperation. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you're looking for mainly. Like shout out to K Zaggin 20. He did a video, I think like a week or two ago, where he said, having sex quickly with a woman is not about sex, it's about compliance. You understand what I'm saying? And so what happens is that you're dealing with her to see if the woman is going to be compliant. You understand? It's not really about the sex. The sex is just the thing that is the representation of her being compliant. You understand what I'm saying? It's the representation of her cooperating in the situation, right? So what happens is if I meet a girl and she's all over the place and she's acting all funny style and all that other stuff, it's not worth it. You understand what I'm saying? For me to be interacting with her in a way to where I'm supposed to be seducing her to make something happen, because she's not worth the seduction. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand, a chick has to be worthy of your seduction. You understand what I'm saying? She has to be worthy of the seduction.
Look, somebody said something about to seduce means to convince. I just looked up seduce, right? And it said to entice someone into sexual activity. You understand? Now, I looked up the word entice. Entice means to tempt by offering pleasure or advantage. All seduction is an offer.
Right.
It's an offer. You understand? You meet somebody and you offer them something. They have to show their compliance with that offer.
Exactly. Right.
That's what you guys don't understand. You really, like, a lot of you motherfuckers really think that it's some type of magical thing. And what we're trying to say is, the better you get at making a viable offer, that's game.
Right.
It still doesn't ensure that 100% of the chicks that you come across and try to seduce is going to be convinced to fuck with you.
Exactly.
But what it is that when you understand who you are, you understand game. That's when you start to see the patterns. That's when you start to notice the type of women that fuck with you and the type of women that you fuck with, the type of environments that you want to be in, the type of clothes you want to wear, the type of words you want to use, the demeanor you want to speak in, whether you want to be the type of nigga that makes a bitch laugh, you tell a lot of jokes, or you the type of dude that loves to flirt and be sexual, or you the type of nigga that loves to touch and be touchy-feely, you the type of nigga that loves to go to a lounge as opposed to a walk in a park.
Right.
It's all about putting yourself in different situations to make the offer.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All you can do is be yourself. There's no magical pill to convince a bitch to suck your dick. A bitch only sucks your dick if she already wanted to suck your dick.
Facts.
It's just that you put her in position to accept the offer to suck your dick.
Facts.
What?
But see, you know what it is too? The reason why they think about it in the sense of, oh, I'm trying to get her to do what she didn't want to do is because guys already think women don't want to do nothing with them.
Exactly. Bro. When I met up with this joint, bro, let me tell you something. I knew this bitch wanted to suck my dick when we was setting up the fucking date. You understand me? When we was setting up the goddamn date. Let me see something. Let me see if I could look back to the
That's what I'm saying, man. Y'all don't get it.
When I told her, I said, I see you Saturday, blah, 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 blah. No, I was like, I'll hit you up Saturday to confirm. Have a good day. When she said, can't wait, and then she put the cheese in, smiley face, I was like, yeah, she's done.
Right.
She's done.
Right.
And then she had the nerve to tell me that she was just in town for the weekend. I was like, bitch, it's over for you. It's over for you.
Facts.
Because I want you to see that's the thing. These niggas want the bitch to suck their dick. I'm letting you know that with game, I can recognize who wants to suck my dick.
Exactly. Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the difference. That is basically begging to get your dick sucked. I'm like, I'm looking in the crowd. I'm like, that bitch right there want to suck my dick. Yo, come here. You understand?
Facts.
Basically seduction. I'm giving the offer. And I'm being strategic about who I offer it to.
Right. And the thing is this. Imagine you dealing with a woman who doesn't want to suck your dick. You don't know she don't want to suck your dick. So now you're seducing a woman who don't want to suck your dick. And guess what happens? You gave her attention. You understand what I'm saying? But she ain't giving you. Matter of fact, you sucked her dick. You understand what I'm saying? By giving her all this attention that she ain't giving you. She ain't reciprocating nothing. So this is what I'm saying, where y'all thinking about seduction in the sense of, I'm giving this, I'm trying to make this thing happen with this woman who might not want to make it happen. And my game is going to be so good that I'm going to convince her. Listen, bruh, you understand what I'm saying? You're wasting a lot of fucking time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? See, there needs to be already that cooperation and that compliance. Then once the woman has shown, and let's say you want to keep seeing her, keep fucking with her, make a shit longer term, right? That's where fucking consistent seduction comes in the situation, because what you're doing is that every time you're dealing with a woman, right, you're basically indirectly or subconsciously, or however you want to look at it, you're offering her to still fuck with a nigga like you every day you're dealing with her. You understand what I'm saying? Because the chick could leave at any moment. This is why pimps, they talk about, having to fucking get new chicks all the time, because sometimes the chick, she gonna bounce, but every day is him offering her to choose up on him again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. But dudes want to be on some fucking other shit, because again, they're coming from the perspective of lack. They're coming from the perspective of a guy who thinks women don't like him anyway. They're coming from that perspective of, I gotta convince women to like me. Women don't like me in the first place, so I gotta do something or trick them or do something to get them to fuck with me. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. You feel what I mean? Because they're like, he's like, y'all are rummaging through a bunch of chicks and
and I was looking for the quote. I wanted to put this shit back up because I wanted to address that part, because him saying that the way he said it, he's trying to use like a subtle shaming tactic.
Right.
We're like, that's what he said, rummage. When you say rummage, that usually means garbage. Like you're filtering through garbage. That's what he's saying.
Exactly.
But that's just a shaming tactic because you don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because until you find a chick that is actually valuable to you, to use the word that he used, you basically are filtering through garbage.
Right.
Because, and not to say that women are garbage, but if the woman is not for you, if she's not vibing with you, then that next is just garbage. Like I said, if you're it's like you're working in a factory and you're inspecting each product on the conveyor belt. And if this shit is not, if it ain't right, toss it.
Right, exactly.
You feel me? But y'all niggas don't understand that. Because again, you still think you are trying to offer something to somebody that doesn't want it. That's not what game is.
Right.
That's not what dealing with women is.
Right, because you know what it is? They trying to get the baddest chick. So they're like, oh, well, I got to get that bad girl and convince her to get with me because I can't get hot chicks. I can't get baddies. So I got to, you know what I'm saying?
and the fucked up part is that, like you said, at the very beginning, because she's so bad and cute and hot and all that, you already come into the situation with a loser's mentality, thinking that she doesn't want you.
Right.
Guys with game, even though we might be rummaging, every bitch that we give the opportunity or the offer to, based on the definition of seduce, every chick we give the offer to, we are coming into the situation thinking, this bitch wants me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because you guys think about it in one, because here's why they hate cold approaching. Because so many of you are of the mindset that I'm approaching because I want her.
Mm-hmm.
No. When you understand game and you have supreme confidence in your value, you're saying, you know what? That girl over there kind of cute. She looks like the type of bitch that would want to fuck with a nigga like me. Let me go give her the opportunity.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They don't understand the flip.
I'm approaching her because I'm giving her the opportunity. I'm approaching her because she wants me, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing.
How is she trying to get you?
Right. And she doesn't even know. She doesn't really even know because I haven't made the offer yet. So that's what I'm doing. I'm creating the environment, the opportunity. You understand what I'm saying? I'm creating the offer. I'm creating it. You understand? Because she doesn't know me. She doesn't even know that she wants me. And that's another thing about masculinity and manhood. Most times you have to make the logical decisions for a female. Right. So that's what you're doing. You're saying, look, I'm a cool on point nigga. You seem like you know a little bit about what's going on because you look good. You know, your appearance is almost, because you ever hear a nigga say, man, I came over here to talk to you because you're almost as cute as me.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's what that means, because you checked her out. Remember what we talked about when we talked about appearance. It's not just how you look, but how comfortable you are looking the way you look.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So the chick, she's wearing whatever she's wearing and you find it attractive, but you're not approaching her because you're attracted to her. You're approaching her because she looks like the type of chick that should be attracted to you.
God damn it, y'all. Do y'all understand what the fuck y'all be getting on this show? This is what he's trying to tell y'all, man. This is what he's trying to tell y'all, man. There's a reason why the fucking documentary is called Game Kings. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Yo, some nigga said, Miles, slow down. I'm writing it down.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, this is why we talk this shit, because we want you guys to get it, man. We want y'all to get this shit. A lot of y'all, again, and this goes back to the title of the show, of the excuses. Dudes, they're having all these excuses because a lot of times they're coming from the premise of a guy who has lack, a guy who's not confident, a guy who doesn't believe in himself, a guy who does not see his value. Right. You know what I'm saying? So this is why dudes is on some shit where, oh, well, I gotta seduce this girl and spend this time and do all this other extra shit to get her, because they believe, because remember, most of these guys' experience with women is women telling them they have to jump through hoops. You know what I'm saying? Most guys aren't experiencing women that are actually cooperating and being compliant. And the reason why is not necessarily because, no woman wants to comply with them. It's because they haven't seen their value enough as a man to realize when a woman isn't complying that he needs to get her the fuck out of here. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is that when you get her out of here and you say, you know what? I am supposed to be dealing with women who are going to comply and who are going to be cooperative, what happens is that you quickly, like you said, get them chicks off the conveyor belt, and then you only fuck with the ones who are compliant at that point. You understand what I'm saying? And so when you give them the offer, when you seduce, the seduction or the attention that you give them is the right amount of attention or seduction that is needed for that situation to actually happen and come to fruition. You understand? Saying? A lot of y'all thinking, oh, well, let me go through and fucking spend. This is why you have dudes who be calling us up talking about, yo, there was this girl that I talked to and I hit her up and we've been talking for like 3 weeks and then this happened and that happened. And I'm like, why are we talking about some chick you've been trying to fuck with for like a month and nothing's happening? Why? Because you think you're supposed to seduce and go crazy on this chick.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Instead of finding the ones who comply. And then if you like that girl, see how compliant and cooperative she is over an extended period of time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Which means that you're going to be doing the quote unquote seduction or giving her the attention for that extended period of time to see if she's worth taking to that next level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And this is where guys don't get it. Y'all be on some other shit where y'all flipping it around. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to convince some chick or beg some chick to like you on some, oh, I hope she likes me type shit, and feeling like you got to work to fucking make something happen with a bitch. It's like, no. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling y'all, y'all gotta get off it.
That's facts.
Y'all got to get off it. But damn, we about to head to the end of the show, man. So listen, guys, I like this format of doing it live and then just, you know what I'm saying? I think this is cool. We can chop them up. But this is what I want everybody to do. We got 293 people watching. That means that when I log into Patreon, I should see 293 more people join the Patreon. You understand what I'm saying? Because listen, the Patreon for the Bad Boy Show is only $10, guys. It's only $10. You understand what I'm saying? So go to patreon.com/Mr. Lucario to join the Patreon. This episode is going to be on there today. We're going to take this down as soon as we're offline, and you're going to be able to look at all of the other past Bad Boy shows on the Patreon. There's hundreds of them on there right now. So if you like the quality of what you've seen here today, if you like the game, the heavy game, make sure you guys go to patreon.com/Mr. Lucario right now to join the Patreon so that you can watch more of these episodes. You feel what I'm saying? And we have other exclusive stuff on the Patreon. If you go to the higher tier, which is the $20 and $50 joints, you can watch other exclusive stuff on there too. You feel what I'm saying? But Miles, anything else you want to say before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, just go look up the verb seduce and really figure out what you're doing when you seduce. Don't be fooled into, and don't be fooled into putting yourself in the position of disadvantage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of men do when it comes to dealing with women. They enter the game in a losing position. And it's like, how? Mm-hmm. Like, you really can't think like that. You understand? If you really want to win out here, you have to play the game as a winner. You have to come in a position of advantage.
Right.
You have to look, and that means seeing yourself a certain way.
Right.
And having the perspective of someone who's winning, someone who, yes, she wants me. Mm. Yes, of course, yes, you find her attractive, but that's not the point of the interaction. The interaction is she wants me. That's the point of the interaction. You understand? So, that's how we gotta move and how we gotta think about shit.
Facts. And also remember, guys, you can join our other Patreon, patreon.com/The Confidence Show. That's our other Patreon where we talk about confidence, success, money, lifestyle, all that other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure you guys check that out.
And, just to get back to the title, stop making excuses, man.
Facts.
Stop making excuses. If you're making excuses, then that means you're not making progress.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? If you're making excuses and coming up with more catchphrases, then you're moving further away from your fucking goal. You feel me? So yeah, like when I heard that maxing shit, I was like, oh,
all that look, them maxing, all that other crazy. It's crazy, man. So guys, listen, man, we appreciate everybody tuning in. You feel what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. And yeah, we'll be back next week for the Bad Boy Show, but make sure you guys Go to patreon.com/Mr. Lucario to join. We will see you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. We out.
What's going on? It's your boy Miles Cunningham, and what I want to talk about today is the Bad Boy Membership Contest. All you have to do to be eligible to win the Bad Boy Membership Contest is to be a Bad Boy member. See, what we realize is that when guys join the Bad Boy membership, they make the transition from simp to player very quickly, and we're just trying to make that transition just a little bit easier. So here's what you get if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. So here's what you receive if you win the Bad Boy Membership Contest. A bottle of Bad Boy Cologne by Carolina Herrera, New York. A luxury designer timepiece. And a $100 gift card. To increase your chances of winning, share this post in your story, tag 3 friends, and subscribe to Mr. Lucario or the Miles Cunningham YouTube channel. The link is in the bio. And follow Real Mr. Lucario and Miles in the Game on Instagram. The winner will be announced at the first of the month.